What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about 6'5", 250-pound defensive end Tyson Ford. And before we get started, remember, the best way to let me know that you like this content and that you want to see more, and the best way to support the channel, is by subscribing, liking the video, and commenting below who you want me to cover in recruit analysis in the future. When breaking down film, Tyson looks like a man among boys, imposing his will upon the offense. And he lives in the offense's backfield for a multitude of reasons. One of those being is his explosion in power off the snap of the ball. He gains ground so quickly with his first three steps that any mistake the offensive lineman makes is exposed. And it's noticeable that Tyson gets double teamed on a consistent basis, and sometimes even triple teamed, but he does a good job of consistently splitting those double team blocks. Whether it's getting skinny and acting as a wedge, or identifying the ball carrier and spinning off the double team, the young man does a good job of defeating the block and making the play. He also excels in disengaging from run blockers, and is a very rangy defender for his size. He has good acceleration, athleticism, and pursuit of the ball carrier. And Tyson has good awareness and reactions. He's one of those special types of players that sees the game in slow motion. You see this displayed when he sniffs out read options with ease, when he sidesteps pulling guards in order to make the play in the tackle on the ball carrier, when he identifies the weakness of the offensive lineman and is able to exploit it. His awareness and his reactions are truly impressive. He is an absolute nuisance while pass rushing. If the explosion and the raw strength weren't enough, he also does an excellent job of clubbing offensive linemen and also swimming past them. When Tyson gets inside hands, he should be outlawed because he's that dangerous. And that's going to be the biggest focus point for him going forward, is having inside hands and a concise punch, because sometimes he's got wide hands and doesn't get the breastplate of the offensive lineman. And again, this happens to all young offensive and defensive linemen. It takes a while to develop a good and consistent punch when you're getting inside hands, but when he gets the offensive lineman's breastplate, you get to see that power and that strength showcased on center stage. Something I love about his pass rushing mentality is Tyson utilizes power rush moves to knock offensive linemen off their track. And when they're off balance, that's when he's able to disengage and create sacks, hurries, and pressures on the quarterback. An interesting fact about Tyson is his high school has quite a few successful college and NFL alumni, and the most notable of the group is Ezekiel Elliott. The game film we're going to be breaking down only covers 5 games. John Burroughs' school didn't have a full season due to COVID this year. Alrighty guys, let's go ahead and jump into the film. Look at the explosion off the snap of the ball, and he gets the ball carrier in the backfield. Right here, the offensive lineman steps underneath himself. But when you have the explosion, you have the power that Tyson does off the snap of the ball, any type of mistake and any type of flaw in your technique is going to be exposed. That's such a beautiful swim move. It's so natural and fluid too. He notices within a split second off the snap of the ball, the offensive lineman's leaning. He's got his head down and in the block. Tyson just goes ahead and reacts. He swims right over top of him to get in the backfield and stop the ball carrier. His outside hand misses a little bit on the initial punch. He kind of places it on the shoulder of the offensive tackle. But what we see after that is beautiful. We see active and violent hands. He starts shucking the offensive lineman. He's able to go ahead and knock him off his track. He's able to disengage and tackle the ball carrier in the backfield for a loss. I'll tell you one thing. As a quarterback, if you get hit like that, I can promise you, later on in the game, you're going to be kind of shying away from stepping into the ball. You're going to be trying to get rid of that ball a little early too. It only takes a few of those huge hits by Tyson in order to go ahead and change the mindset you have back there in the pocket. Tyson covers ground so quickly with those first 3 steps that the quarterback doesn't have that extra second to distribute the football. He hugs the hip pocket of the offensive tackle. He gets flat down the line of scrimmage. And right here, we get to see the pursuit and how rangy of a defender Tyson is. Yes, look at the awareness right here. Tyson's getting double teamed by the tackle and the tight end. He notices the running back is going to be hugging that double team. So he spins off of the tight end and gets the running back in the hole. That's beautiful. That's good awareness and good football IQ. The tackle and the guard are double teaming Tyson on this passing play, and he's still able to get penetration and pressure in the quarterback's face. I know he doesn't get a sack, but it's impressive when you're getting doubled like that to still get a quarterback hurry. Look at the power as he runs through that down block by the offensive tackle. He's got a good base, he's got the explosion, he's able to beat the block and force the fumble in the backfield. Look at how smooth that swim move was. He notices the offensive lineman's leaning at him, so he's able to naturally react, swim right past him, chase down the quarterback, and prevent him from getting the first down. I know the tackle's going downfield on that screen play, but it's important to note Tyson's able to get upfield so quickly, he's able to prevent the quarterback from getting the ball to the wide receiver on that wide out screen. And it's another example of how that speed and explosion off the snap of the ball is able to disturb the offense's rhythm. Look at those active and violent hands. The offensive line has slide side protection to Tyson, which means the tackle and the guard are both double teaming him. But he's got inside hands on that offensive tackle, and he jolts him right there with that power. As soon as the offensive tackle's a little off balance, he's able to go ahead and rip by, disengage, and get that sack. The speed off the snap of the ball allows him to beat that down block by the offensive lineman. He's able to get to the ball carrier and force that fumble. He's got inside hands on that offensive tackle and puts him on rollerblades. We get to see the power and the strength on display. But they've got a tackle and a running back with the assignment of blocking Tyson. He's still able to go ahead and collect that sack. Look at that club and swim past the offensive tackle and forces that quick pass by the quarterback. This is another scenario where he's being double teamed by the guard and tackle, and he's still able to go ahead and get a pressure in a hurry in the quarterback's face. He's working the edge, and he's able to get vertical and swat that pass away. Look at how quickly he's able to change direction. He's able to disengage from that offensive tackle and stop the running back in the hole. He beats the offensive tackle by getting inside hands and knocking him off of his track. Then he goes ahead and gets through two running backs to pressure the quarterback and force that incompletion. That is a great effort play right there. That's a beautiful swim move right over the tackle. He's able to evade the guard and the running back. He gets pressure in the quarterback's face. He forces that interception. I know he doesn't get credit for the sack, but he is the direct reason that quarterback went ahead and threw the ball up for grabs. Tyson covers ground so well for his size, and he's a rangy defender. Look at how quickly he's able to react to who has the ball on that read option. Ooh, he looks like a man among boys out there as he's ragdolling that offensive tackle around. He's just too quick and too powerful. That bull rush is able to put pressure right in the quarterback's face, forcing an incomplete pass. He has inside hands, low pad level, and drives the offensive lineman about 4 or 5 yards into the backfield. Oh man, it's beautiful. It's almost like he's seeing the play unfold in slow motion. He's able to sidestep that guard and go ahead and redirect and get that ball carrier at the line of scrimmage. Oh my gosh. Look at the penetration. He has two offensive linemen and a running back blocking him on the play, and he still gets pressure on the quarterback's face. And something we haven't mentioned yet, but it's worth taking into account, is how tiring it is to be double teamed and sometimes triple teamed on a consistent basis. As a defensive lineman, when you're getting double and triple teamed on a consistent basis, it's easy to lose a little bit of that energy, a little bit of that vitality. In the same token, we see Tyson fire off the ball with great explosion on a consistent basis, snap after snap after snap. He gives the offensive tackle a little stutter step, freezing his footwork, then he swims right over top of him. He was in control of that play from start to finish. He splits a double team like a wedge and is able to get pressure on the quarterback's face, forcing this incomplete pass. He gets inside hands on the offensive tackle, and as soon as that O-lineman tries to sink his hips and anchor down, that's when we see Tyson go ahead and rip right past him there, disengage, and get to the quarterback. Oh, look at the power on that throw. And we see it here, and we've seen it a few times throughout the highlights. As an offensive tackle, if you stop moving your feet and you try to anchor down and use your strength, that's when Tyson's going to go ahead and match you and rival you with his strength, and he's going to take advantage of those active hands to be able to disengage and get to the quarterback. In summation, I'm impressed with Tyson. He's got abilities and traits that you just can't teach. He's got that power and explosion off the snap of the ball. He's got that raw strength, too, about his game. He's got active and violent hands when he engages with offensive linemen. He's got the acceleration. He's got the athleticism. And he has that unbelievable and uncanny pursuit of the ball carrier. Also, good awareness and football IQ. Thanks so much, guys, for watching the video. The best way to let me know that you've enjoyed this content and that you want to see more is by subscribing to the channel, liking the video, and leaving in the comment section below who you want me to cover in my next recruit analysis. Well, that about wraps things up on my end, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in.